Good morning and welcome to another Team Talk. I am Matt Print from Fitness with Matt. I am a group exercise instructor and a personal trainer in the United Kingdom, and today we are talking about, is your fitness journey as important as your goal? So, most people want to and know they need to improve their fitness levels, but so many people struggle. And at the minute, when I'm recording this video, it's January and it is the time when people focus on goals, they set really good intentions. Thousands of people join gyms and then quit after a few weeks, a few months. And today we're exploring why maybe that happens. And if you are wanting to start being more active, to get fitter, I'm going to be looking at ways to make that happen that are sustainable. Ways to achieve your goals that are going to long-term benefit your health, because you're going to be able to achieve them and sustain them over a long period of time. That's the key thing in all kind of fitness goals. It's all about consistency. It's not exciting, it's not jazzy, it's not newfangled. It's just something we need to do repeatedly, because our fitness comes and goes depending on what we are doing. It's not something you achieve a level of fitness and then it stays there. You have to maintain it, so you have to keep doing it. So today we're looking at why it's really important that you enjoy the journey, not just the feeling when you achieve the goal. So why is it really important that we focus on the journey as much, if not more so, than the goal? Well, most people do something because they feel they should, not because they necessarily want to. And so many people view exercise as a punishment. I think this is a key factor into making something sustainable, because you've got to enjoy something and want to do it, because you enjoy it and want to do it, not because someone is telling you should. There's some kind of guilt or shame there. So, of course, people will advise us, healthcare advisors, if we need to increase our activity levels. But that's not enough of a motivator. That's not going to keep you going back to whatever activity you decide to do to improve your fitness levels. Another thing, people try one thing, then give up. People join a gym in January, go in, not really sure what to do, try it for a week, don't like it, feel awkward, not sure what they're doing, and quit and think fitness doesn't work for them. And I'm going to counteract all these points in my top tips. People try things for a week and then they aren't getting the results they're expecting, so they give up. And this leads on to my next point. How people measure progress can often be flawed. They often, when they're looking at fat loss, look at one metric, and that is the scales, which fluctuates so much. I've done a video on this previously that I will try and link to somewhere. Maybe. If not, you're going to have to search for it. So, what's really important for you to create sustainable change and develop a way of being active that improves your fitness level and achieves your goals and is long-term sustainable, that you can be consistent with? Number one, find your fit. So I touched on it earlier. It's important you find somewhere you feel comfortable, somewhere where you feel at home and like you belong. Of course, new situations feel uncomfortable for everyone, but you usually get a vibe. Think of it like a first date. If you go somewhere and you're like, I'm not quite relaxed yet because it's a first date or my first time here, but I can see maybe there's a bit of a vibe here and we're going to hit it off. It's the same with a fitness class or a gym. You have to find a community that fits you. Okay? Pun intended. We're talking about fitness and I keep saying fit. You're welcome. So, be open-minded. What I mean is, try lots of different things. Don't think, oh, my mate's going to the gym, so I should join the gym. Or maybe the gym environment isn't for you. Maybe you'd be better off in a small boot camp environment. Maybe you'd be better off at a group exercise class with people of a similar age, a similar demographic. Maybe That is again about finding your fit, but also be prepared to try things that you don't like. It's okay to go try it out somewhere on a trial membership, to try a class for free and be like, this isn't for me, and that's okay. But then you move on to the next thing. That's not this is the end of my journey. Just be prepared that's going to take some time and you're not going to like everything. Next, you need to be patient. So say you do get that trial membership or that trial class and you're like, I enjoy this, but I'm not as good as everyone else at the minute. Be patient. Often I see people coming to, say, my Zumba classes and they're like, I love this, I love the music, but they know it way better than I do. It's like, well, people have been doing it longer than you. You think about when you start walking, you're not very good at it at first, but you get better the more you do it. So don't expect to be proficient at something without putting the time in. Again, it's not overly sexy. There's no shortcuts. Yes, there are people who are going to pick things up quicker than others. People are going to be better at certain exercises than other people. And that's okay. But stop comparing your today on their tomorrow. So i.e., they're like so many weeks or steps ahead of you, so you can't compare where you are today because they're like over here. That's not fair. It's like comparing a 5-year-old at school with a 15-year-old at school. You're not going to do that because they're at different stages of their development. So be patient with yourself, okay? And give things a fair go. If you think it might be something you enjoy, give it a fair go. Now, I'm talking about fat loss specifically now. If that is the goal, you can't just solely focus on exercise. Nutrition is going to have to come into it at some point. Because if you think about fitness, how much of your week you can dedicate to being active, you're probably going to spend a bit more time on what you're eating. Okay, so it's important that you don't think, I can do one exercise class a week and then I can eat whatever I want, because people come to me often and like, I bet you can eat whatever you want. Our bodies are very efficient machines. They will adapt to what we do. Our bodies get used to what we do. So it's important that our activity keeps shifting and changing and challenging us. So you might look at a Zumba class and being like, it's the same length. Yes, but we will bring in new dances, new tracks. I will bring them into class and they will nearly kill me the first few times they teach it. But then if I go 2 weeks later, I'm like, my body's got used to it until I change it again. So that's a way a Zumba class challenges you. But say you were in a gym environment or doing some resistance training with weights, you would increase the weight over time. You don't keep doing the same thing over and over again. Your body gets used to it and then you don't adapt, you don't strengthen, you just stay where you are. Next, it's really important that just because you are now being more active with, say, you've joined a sports club or you are going to the gym or you're doing a fitness class, it's really important that you still remain active in your daily life. There was a study, and I couldn't find it to quote for today, that found that people who go to exercise classes tended to be less active the rest of their day or week, because in their mindset, I have been active, so I don't have to do anything else. But no, it's still doing those things like taking the stairs if you can, rather than the escalator and the lift. Things like parking a little bit further away from your destination. Maybe you can cycle to work rather than drive to work. These aren't going to work for everyone, so I know there's someone at home going, can't do that because of this, can't do that because of this. But there are maybe ways to move more in your daily life. So the journey is super important when it comes to getting fit, because if you don't enjoy it, you're going to not stick with it, you're not going to keep doing it. So really make sure you take time to find something you enjoy doing that is going to help you be more active and achieve the goals you want to. As always, you can find me on social media for more tips. I'm on TikTok, I'm Matt Print on TikTok, Fitness with Matt 1 on Instagram, Fitness with Matt on Facebook. I have a YouTube, I have a website. You can find me anywhere. So if I've said anything that maybe you want a bit of support or help with, feel free to message me. I am more than happy to guide you or maybe direct you somewhere where you can get help and support. And yeah, all the best with your fitness journey. Please, 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 please make sure it is enjoyable and you have fun. Okay, team? Awesome. Have a brilliant day and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.
I make see again.